What's up, everybody? It is a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It's about 11:15-ish, maybe. Let me check. According to the sun, is it no, it probably is about 11:15. I'm not 100% sure though. We did a lot of yard work over the last couple weeks. We used to have like a ton of leaves that sat in front of our garage right here from like last fall that we didn't take care of, but we took all those leaves and we put them along the back of our fence because there's like a ton of weeds that grow back there. So I'm hoping that maybe the weight of the leaves will like kill them and they won't get as big, because usually if we don't take care of it, there's like this huge forest that grows back there and it's massive. I mean, it gets really high, like over the fence, and it's like it's just such a pain to deal with. And then in the fall, when everything dies and all that, there's all this junk back there. So, and there used to be like this really weird, kind of like this. This is what used to grow along our fence. And there also used to be like this really weird thing that was right here. I think the people that owned the house before our landlord bought it had like a crab thing they used to do, because they used to have this thing set up over here. It was like PVC pipes where they would dry the crabs, and then there was like this whole like cooking station here where they would make them, and it was just like this eyesore of a thing that would sit right here. But Dana took it apart and we did a bulk item pickup, so they took it away, and it opened up the space, and it looks a lot better than having like this weird dilapidated counter looking thing over there. Plus a cabinet that they used, I don't think was really meant for outdoors, because like the wood was all like, ugh. They definitely didn't use like an outdoor thing to put back there. It was a terrible idea, and it was, I don't know. Landon's out here with me. What are you doing, bottle flipping?
Yeah.
Let's see it. We got this squat rack, and it was I was driving home one day and someone down like the road in our neighborhood just had it out on the side, so I said let me take a look at it, see if it's still good. And I've been wanting like a squat rack, so I picked it up. It's a little rusted in some parts, cleaned it up a bit, but it pretty much just been sitting outside our house, and we've had it for like maybe a month, maybe a month and a half. I can't remember, but I haven't used it yet, so I'm gonna use it today. The sun is high in the sky, but surprisingly today is not that hot. It's like really nice out here. Whoa, where did you get that water from? It's not too hot today, so I thought I'd take advantage of it. Gives me and Landon some time outside before I have to head to work. And I figured I could use a little bit of sun, because I don't know if you can see this, but I'm really light, especially in the shoulder area. Gotta grab all the weights from inside the house, so I'll be back in a bit. So, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I started exporting the vlogs in 24 frames per second, and I shoot a lot in 60 frames per second. So when I slow down the video, it doesn't look bad. If you play it at regular speed, it's really choppy. So, and even sometimes whenever I do slow it down to the appropriate speed, it still looks a little choppy. I've seen a lot of videos where there are two ideas of how to shoot. So some people say always shoot in 60 frames per second or 120 frames per second. That way you have the option to slow it down if you need to. And I've seen a few videos where people are like, you know, shoot with intention. Definitely shoot 24 frames per second when you know you're not gonna slow it down. And if you're planning on slowing it down, then shoot in 60 frames per second. But I guess that'd be more along the lines, say if I was like a wedding videographer. It was my job and I had, you know, and I knew how to plan the shots and all that. But I guess in my everyday life, since I'm vlogging and a lot of situations aren't planned, I feel like shooting at 60 frames per second works well for me. That being said, I have shot a couple of things in 24 frames per second because I knew I was going to use it as 24 frames per second. So I guess I've been using both processes instead of just one. So I'm trying to stay out of it. There are these girls that came up to the house and they're playing with Landon. They've been riding by and stuff, but it finally stopped. There they are. They're a lot older than he is though. They're a lot taller than he used to. Anyway, back to the workout. Hey, you're probably asking yourself, why do you care so much about shooting in 24 frames per second? Well, I used to actually render everything out in 30 frames per second. I shot in 60 frames per second, rendered it out in 30 frames per second. And the reason I did that was because the conversion was easy. I mean, you wanted half speed is 30 frames per second if you're shooting 60 frames per second. So I thought maybe I'd shoot in 48 frames per second, slow it down half speed to 24 frames per second. But if you shoot in 60 frames per second, you can put it at 40% speed and get that little bit of extra slowness in it, and it looks absolutely amazing. I know the difference is minimal, but different situations, it could mean so much. Also, I didn't know too much about shooting in 24 frames per second. I didn't understand the concept behind it. I knew that in movies they shot in 24 frames per second. They said it gave it a more cinematic feel, but my eye was untrained at the time and I didn't see the difference between 30 and 24. I didn't feel like I really needed to make that distinction in my vlogs. The other side of things was I didn't know if I should have been shooting the entire vlog in 60 frames per second to give it that smoother feel. But I tried one of them and I've watched a couple where they shoot at 60 frames per second, and honestly, I don't like the look of it at all for a vlog. Now if you're doing like tech videos and something else, it's totally fine, but I feel like 60 frames per second in a vlog, especially when you're trying to shoot something cinematic, just to me isn't as appealing to the eye. Alright bud, I love you. Bye. Eva was dropping off Dana, so she decided just to go ahead and pick up Landon, but they're gonna head to McDonald's really quick and get something to eat. And I need to finish my workout. I've been kind of lagging on. This is probably supposed to be like a 45-minute workout and it's probably been like an hour and a half already, so I gotta get moving. I have also looked at several different examples of 30 frames per second versus 24 frames per second. I can actually see the difference now that I've been actually filming and editing and all that. And even though I'm having a little bit of trouble with the frame rates and I'm still learning a little bit about how to shoot it and how to edit it, that way it looks as smooth as possible. I'm actually glad that I decided to make the switch. I did it in 30 frames per second and then I added the black bars to top and bottom, and that added a cinematic aspect to it. With those black bars in 24 frames per second, I mean, it's something worth investing your time into learning if that's what you're trying to do. Now, I'm not saying everybody should shoot in 24 frames per second. I have a lot of family vlogs that I like to watch, that I follow on YouTube, on Instagram, and definitely I don't see why they would need to shoot in 24 frames per second unless it was a personal choice by them to do so. But if you're really, really looking to make every aspect of your filming and editing as cinematic as possible, is definitely the best way to go, along with learning a lot of other things too. There's always color grading that goes into it, and a lot of other things, shooting in like log or flat, and then color grading, those types of things. But that's a whole nother conversation of what I've been looking into and researching in the time that we've been away from the vlog. Well, workout is done. With all that being said, it sounds really weird talking in here. I'm under the umbrella in our backyard, and it's actually getting a lot of echo from the umbrella, which is so funky. I'm like in my own little space in here. It's weird. God, the weather today is so nice out here. Like, it's really sunny, but it's not too hot. Like, I wish every day was like this. Oh my God, is that a wasp? Oh, there's a hole in our garage it just climbed into. Oh man. Talking about what I've learned over the last year of vlogging, what I've learned mostly over the last few months that I've been away from the vlog and trying different editing things, editing on a laptop instead of on my cell phone, and finding out new things about some programs I was using on my phone to edit the vlogs. I want to put all of that together, and I want to start a series to help other people if they have questions or they're thinking about starting a vlog and they're doing it on their mobile device. I think I've gathered enough information from my experiences doing this to be able to provide something that could be worth a lot to someone else. Information that they're looking for specifically for editing and filming on an iPhone, because I've been doing a lot of research and it takes a lot of time and it eats up your schedule to try different things and try different programs and, you know, spend the money on this and that and trying all these different accessories, lenses, watching reviews on microphones and all that. I've done a lot over the last year and I've done a lot of research, and I feel like I want to put that information out there for someone that's like me looking for these things. There's a lot of things I had to find out on my own because there wasn't information out there to explain how to do that on a phone. I just want to give other people the knowledge that I have gained, and probably more things that I will gain filming on my iPhone. I will continue vlogging, and that series is going to start hopefully soon. I got to get all my notes together and get my thoughts together on the whole process. But it's definitely something that I want to start doing, and I'm so excited. I've been thinking about it for the last few months about how I'm going to start it, but I feel like today's the day I wanted to make the announcement, and I want to start doing it. Crystal asked me something that made me really think hard, and that's why I kind of like laid off the vlog for a while. The reason that I want to start doing this project is, let me start from the beginning. I never really thought about vlogging. I used to just take a lot of videos of a lot of things, and then I would make like these random videos, like if we went to Busch Gardens, or I did one for I think Grandma's birthday like 3 years ago. That I think that was one of the first ones that I did. And I would just take a lot of videos, and Crystal was like, what do you do with all these videos? And I was like, well, I just have them, you know, so we can watch them later. And she was like, well, why don't you start a vlog? Since you have all these videos, do something with them. And I was like, okay, maybe. And I didn't start it until way later. Instead, I started making videos. And then I tried to vlog, I think, a year before I started the vlog this time. Maybe in like a year and a half. And that one, you know, it was all right. I didn't understand the concept of like copyrighted music and all that stuff. I mean, there was a lot of research again. I just took video and then I put together something, and that was it. And then I tried like, I made like 2 or 3 other videos, but then it didn't work out right, and the videos were so long. They're like 20 something minutes, which when I started this vlog, a lot of my videos were like 20 something minutes, which I have some that still get up there, but that's when we've been like shooting all day. Like when we went to Busch Gardens for Teresa's birthday, that was an all day event. There's no way to get away from making that at least 20 minutes or longer, unless you cut out a lot of stuff. But it was for a friend, and I wanted to make it special, so I decided, you know, we're going to keep whatever time, however long that's going to be. I'm not going to cut anything out of it, because it's important that I show, you know, the feeling through that whole day and everything that we did that day. In a regular vlog, I feel like there's a lot of things that I can cut out that aren't as important, because sometimes I do ramble on like I'm doing right now. So there's a lot of things that I can cut out and not feel like it affects the vlog in any way. In any case, guys, see what I'm talking about? I just started rambling. What am I talking about? Crystal said, why don't you make a vlog? So it took me a while, and then I decided to do it, and then it fell through, and I didn't do it for a year. And then I was back on it last year around April, which is when I started the vlog again, and decided I'm going to stick with it. And then a couple months back, and this was actually maybe in like November last year, Crystal said, what are you trying to accomplish with the vlog? And it got me thinking, and I actually didn't have any idea. I was just making a family vlog, and I wasn't trying to be an influencer. I know a lot of people throw that word around on YouTube. I wasn't trying to be an influencer in any way. I just liked editing videos. And she said, well, what are you trying to accomplish? And I said, I don't know. It's just making videos. And it really got me thinking, and it kind of like, what am I trying to accomplish? Sometimes I like buy these accessories and I talk about them for a bit on the vlog, or sometimes I just film things, and I felt fine with that. But then Crystal asked me that, and it's like, you know, you spend a lot of time doing this, don't you think? Because it really is like, last year, it's like my second job. I literally work, and I work on the vlog, and of course, family time and all that. I don't play video games anymore. Video games was a huge part of my life. That's what I spent my spare time on. But since I started the vlog, I don't even do that anymore. Either I'm watching videos about how to edit certain things, or I'm editing a vlog, or I'm learning something new about, you know, frame rates and color grading, and I want to get better at it. So I feel like, why don't I share the knowledge that I've gained with YouTube? And there could be something in there that could be so important to someone, something that they've been looking for. If I could help someone just a little bit, then that would be an amazing thing. I mean, if you're here and that's what you're doing, and you appreciate what we've been putting out so far, I love that. I love that you're invested, that you're interested in what we have to offer. But I want to offer something back to the community of YouTube, and that's why I'm going to start this series. That is enough rambling on, because I have to get ready for work, and when I ramble, I have no idea. I've probably been talking for like 10 minutes, I have no idea, but it's probably not going to be 10 minutes for you guys, so I'm going to chop it all up, and all that good stuff, editing, magic, and all that. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you aren't already. Subscribe if you're looking forward to seeing these future videos about iPhone editing and just everything. Hit that notification icon, the little bell at the bottom there, that we can get notifications of when we post new videos, especially with this new series coming out if you're interested in that. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys. I will catch you in the next vlog.